And a very good morning to you, everybody. September 11th, Wednesday, 2019. Welcome to each and every one of you. Let's get this out of my grill a little bit. There we go. Balance, balance, balance. Let's get the show on the road this morning. Good morning, Lee. Oh, I have the black box. Damn. Oh boy. Alright, how about now? We got the black box, or are we all clear? Hey Darren, how are you? I hope you and your wife are well. Hey Monique, how you doing? Do we still have the black box syndrome? Oh, you're good. Okay, thank you, Lee. Good morning to you. We got Marie. Good morning, Marie Duffy. Bev, how are you, sweetie? Nice to see you. Bev Kaufman, keep sipping. How you doing, Trish? It's time to feed that baby, honey. Why? Oh, thank you, Yosemite. And I'm going to pronounce your name right there instead of Yosemite. Made you Jewish there this morning. Hello, Mark Handler. How are you? Good morning to you. My girl Monique is in here. Jackie Blue. Good morning to you. Nice to see you on 9/11 Remembrance Day. I'm glad you're okay, Bev. Glad you're okay. A lot of stuff to go over. Grandpa Jay, Deb D, how you doing? It makes me giggle. Oh, Monique, thank you, honey. Just the old broad here. Wednesday morning tonight. Would love to. Yeah, okay. If I'm around, I will pop in. Be glad to, Trish. I've been in van hell right here, and yeah, it's a mess. You were in 8th grade, huh? Oh boy, I don't know. That was 18 years ago, so I think I was in, I don't know how old I was. How you doing, sweet pineapple? Jen, how are you? Gabby, what's going on? Zeus Phillips, nice to see you. How are you today, Jen? You doing okay? One of my supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Coral looks, I'm not sure. Coral. No, I don't got the van. I talked down today. Chris, how you doing? I talked to the service manager. They're supposedly working on it now, so we'll see. Cassidy, how you doing, honey? I thought that was Cassidy. No, it's Gabby. Coral. Look at me. I can't even see straight. Hey, Diane. Unfortunately, Diane, due to the compression of time, I think I'll only be in LA a day or two, and I think I'll probably have Marshall in tow. Hello, Matt and Eric. Maybe they're building you. Yeah, they could probably be. I could have driven to Detroit and picked up the parts myself and brought them back. If I'd known I was going to have this problem, I was right in Warren, Michigan. I could have brought the darn parts home. Hello, spirits. How are you doing today? I could have brought the friggin' parts home, right? Oh boy, but they do have the parts. They are working on it. I just have a feeling they're going to mess something else up. I don't know why I have this kooky feeling that the Butterfingers mechanic that's been working on my van that originally damaged the part. You gotta hope for the best when it comes to this guy. So you need to go yeah, but I can't move the rig out of there. The rig is disassembled, the engine and everything. Hello, spirits. That thing ain't going anywhere. Yeah, I gotta show patience. What's the alternative of it? What are you gonna do? I can't go down there and slap somebody upside their head at the dealership. I'm definitely very much at the mercy. Yeah, can you go and supervise the mechanic? I wish I could. Yeah, I thought no, that was my service advisor. You know, now they call him service advisor. My original service advisor walked out the door last week. So, and then the service manager is on vacation till tomorrow. My other service advisor that I used before, whom I don't particularly like, he's out until the end of September. Sometimes you just want to blow a gasket. Well, I have a feeling you had the same problem with Hansel. I have the same feeling. You know, you're just at the mercy of whatever happens. At least I have a rental car that I'm not paying for. Not that I drive that much. I'm not sure what I'll be doing today. I have started packing up for the trip. I got my suitcase out today and started packing, getting all my crap together for that. Sweet Pine, it sounds like I need a job there. There you go, vacation. Hey, Four Scores. Before my damn molar right in half. Oh no! Broke your molar in half. Can't catch a break around here. Yeah, that's tough. Hopefully you got good dental insurance. Yeah, we'll just have to play it by ear. You have a private auto mechanic. Well, this is a warranty recall item, so I should not have to pay anything for the job. I'm going to get back to the van in a minute. I did want to start with memories of 9/11, 2001, and way back at that time in 2001, that was 18 years ago. It was a very shocking morning to me here on the waking up in California. I usually get up at that time about 6:30 or so in the morning, sometimes 5:30 depending on my work schedule. And I click on CNBC, which is the financial news station in the morning, and there is Mark Haynes, God rest his soul, he passed away. He was one of the morning anchors on there, and he was talking about that. I couldn't put the picture together at first. You know, he was cutting away, talking about he's got reports that the Sears Tower might be under attack in Chicago, and there were airborne threats in LA, and I was like, what the hell? How you doing, Sean? I was in London on business. Yeah. It took me a long time to piece the story together, because the initial news, if you could go back and see that morning on CNBC, the coverage was a mess. Things were happening so fast. And the towers, I believe both towers were still standing when I woke up, and then I saw one of the towers pancake, and then the other tower pancake, and then all the aftermath. I mean, everybody was glued to that. But the medical world moves on, and you had to do your thing. It's your parents' anniversary. There you go. Hey, J.A. And it was really heart-wrenching to see the people running around with masks on the ground, and the news was being very careful, I think, when the other tower was still standing. And I felt really sorry for the fire department and the Port Authority of New York police, that when the initial tower was on fire, they went running into the tower, okay? Lots and lots of them went running in because that was their duty, and of course they died when the building pancaked. It was a terrible, terrible thing. And then to see people going around with the masks on their face, and the news was very careful, because once in a while you'd hear a thud, thunk, thunk, and it was actually bodies, people jumping out of windows and things to escape the heat and all that. And it was, yeah, we felt totally helpless. There wasn't anything we could do. And then to hear that the Pentagon had, and let's not forget the Pentagon too, it wasn't all about New York City, and there was a lot of casualties that were suffered at the Pentagon, and I like to bear those people in mind too. Okay, you're getting ready for work, honey. My mom flew into New York that morning, woke up and was freaking out for hours till she called. Yeah. And then I recall them talking about Shanksville, Pennsylvania, and how a plane had gone down in a field there. So there was a lot of death and mayhem that day. And it wasn't just confined to New York City, although that gets a lot of the headlines of what occurred on that fateful morning. I was visiting New England at the time, go for a first flight, and the flight attendants didn't show, had to get staff, and no metal. Yeah, I couldn't get my kids fast enough and get home behind locked doors. Yeah, I hear you. It was a terrible day, and we have to remember, it was the event that that once and for all moved focus off of the assassination of President Kennedy and I don't know why Marshall calls me every time I'm live on here. It almost boots me off the air. Okay, there we go. I mean, this guy just can't take a look at a second to see if I'm live, right? And knock me right off the friggin' air. So it was the event that pushed the assassination of Kennedy and Pearl Harbor sort of supplanted in people's mind the birth of ultimate snitch culture and the end of America. Well, I remember how fast, Tasha, and remember, government, and particularly the executive branch, is blessed with the ability to move very quickly. And they had people immediately drafting legislation. Everything changed on that day. And the Patriot Act became an overbearing fact of life. I remember at that time I was in a savings bond plan, and my savings bond had Patriot bond stamped on it and things. What a horrific day. It absolutely was. And it's not been the same since. You can't go to a bank, and there's all kinds of the anti-money laundering provisions came in strong. All the TSA. Flying used to be an enjoyable experience in this country, and I guess we kind of took it for granted. But after when the airports slowly started getting back in business, and the FAA and all the flight controllers were on high alert for problems, and then they brought in the TSA, the part of Homeland Security. Homeland Security was born, and kind of the rest is history. Flying's never been the same since. You could literally go sit with somebody at the gate, see them off on the plane. You were working at Pathmark. Okay, I remember watching a special later that night on that. They had a call, and a woman called in and played an answering machine. Yeah, there was all kinds of horror stories about the people calling loved ones, and that it was a brutal day. Brutal day. Yeah, it's almost too difficult, but we need to put that into our mind, if for no other reason. I don't like a lot of things that our government does today. I'm neither really pro-Trump or anti-Trump. I'm more a libertarian type of person. But we have definitely changed as a society, and the ripple effects of that are still being felt today. The missions into Afghanistan, the deaths and wounded that resulted from that, the fact that we're still there today. We had a guy in every week to send money through. He never came back to our store. That's weird, Kev. That's really strange. Damn. And of course, it was all these perps were from over in Saudi Arabia, and it was just interesting how the Saudi government was treated with kid gloves at that time, and you couldn't really say anything against these Saudis. You couldn't connect them to terrorist operations or terrorist breeding cells in Saudi Arabia. It was just like a no. Couldn't talk about it, and it was ridiculous. It's a totally different world we live in now. Like I say, when I used to fly, it was easy. You just walked right up to the gate. You hung around with friends or family. You gave a hug, and you were on your way. Now you have to go through the TSA, and lucky I'm a TSA approved flyer, so I don't have to wait through all the mess there. I've gone through that mess, and I mean, it just makes it a drag. And if the banking, I remember the banking stuff really hit hard, and all the flow of funds and international banking was terribly disrupted at that time. And I remember President Bush standing on that pile of rubble with a megaphone on, I don't know, it was 2 or 3 days later when he went up to New York. The FBI came on 9/4, took a Western Union computer, never heard of anything else about it. Yeah, and there you go. A lot of things changed. A lot of speculation about whether the towers were blown, whether the whole thing was contrived, and I never got into that. I never embarked in that. I pretty much accepted what I saw was real, and I just don't. You know, people died. That's the bottom line. People died. People died, and that's my takeaway for that day. Trying to think if anything else comes to mind. Of course, there was blanketed news coverage. Sears Tower never did come under attack. There were no attacks in Los Angeles and other places, so there was a lot of disinformation. No problem. Calls you live because he wants his name mentioned. Oh, okay. I don't know. Don't just take a second and see if I'm live streaming before you just call me. I mean, if I was to call Elvis when he's live streaming, he goes nuts. Our children lost that innocence. They did. Luckily, I guess in one way, those that were born after that really don't have an idea what it was like before in this country. But it's a damn good thing that we have two enormous oceans that isolate the United States. It makes it very difficult to perpetrate a lot of things here. Yeah, only 19. Yeah, all those people were just vaporized that day. Yeah, remember Bush standing with that megaphone? I will never forget that. And then I remember the Afghanistan invasion and all. The night of the stream looking for people. It went on for day after day after day, and there was just no hope of finding anybody. I mean, when buildings pancake like that, it's a perfunctory search that they're performing. It was a very sad day for sure. So I have to mention that today. Also remember people coming out of the store after and buying everything with, all of a sudden the patriotism soared, as usually happened in those events. People started relaying that to Pearl Harbor, and the war on terror officially began. Well, it began before that, but it ramped up in a major way. Sorry for late, but anyway, today my mom going to Dollar and buy the stuff, and my mom going to work about cleaning dishes. Okay, Miguel. I do remember the picture of the fallen man, Keith Gregory. I remember so many events, but I wasn't just focused on New York. There was a lot of damage done to the Pentagon. There were the people that died on that flight that went into the Pentagon. People died within the Pentagon. That was a terrible thing. And of course, the downing of the Flight 71 or whatever it was to Shanksville, Pennsylvania. It was all around a really bad day. Oh yeah, you stocked up in gun and ammo that day. Yeah, I mean, nobody could wrap their head around whether this was a beginning of something bigger, and everybody was on guard. I remember that goofball then a few years later had that shoe bomb or whatever, that jerk that tried to just filled the cabin with smoke, thank goodness, but that goof was taken off the plane too. Now you have to take off your shoes and go through these scanners and all that. Train not far from my house. Well, Jack A. Blue, they originally hatched their plot on Las Vegas Boulevard in, right behind the Stratosphere. The Ocana Lodge used to be there, and we used to ride by it when we went past, going to Denny's next door. And they took down that Ocana Lodge, but that's where they originally hatched the plan to do that. Sold over 25,000 of flags. Yeah, when you've done about 100 a month, yeah. So last time I was in Las Vegas, I went to see if that Ocana Lodge was still there, and it had been taken down. It was gone. Yeah, they might have saved the White House, Mark Handler. So this is why I try to be balanced in my thought. It's not just about New York City. It's about Washington, D.C. and Shanksville, Pennsylvania, too. 13 members of bin Laden family left in the as soon. Yeah, that's right. There was this hush-hush scramble to get certain Saudis out. Hey, Celeste, how you doing? Celeste, I know you've been, I got a message that you'd been asking about a Tammy Sue Davis. I'm still gathering facts about that. I'm not one to make rash decisions or accuse people of things. Certain people have come forward with information on that, and that's about all I'm going to say about it now. I'm a very private person when it comes to people, and I know there's kind of a shitstorm brewing right now under there. You bet, Celeste. I'm glad to keep you entertained. So, all of us, to lesser degrees, it could have been the end of America's winter. Well, it kind of was the end of America as we knew it at that time. Everybody went from kind of being focused on internal affairs to nobody gave a shit about really Iraq or what was going on with Saddam and the way that Saddam kept control. And I think they probably regretted somewhat at the end of the day. They took out Saddam as a secondary target of opportunity, and when he went down, total control was lost. That fear element disappeared, and the people just went wild. Oh, thank you very much, Tiger Talk. It is not the same. So as far as the Tammy Sue is concerned, like I say, let's let the situation evolve a little bit. I don't do things rashly. I really take time, especially when it's one of my moderators, and especially one that I have stepped forward to financially support after surgery. 9/11 saying, I can hear you in the world, I can hear you, and very some people are not these buildings down here from all of us soon. That's it. That's exactly what he said. Hey, Jeremy. Yeah, so I'm gonna hold fire on that. I got a deal from a position of holding my ground until things are proved to the contrary. Knock buildings down. I mean, yeah, I remember that very well. Shannon. Yeah, I have a great rapport with my mod squad. It's kind of thin on the ground right now, but it's fine. As long as I have one mod that's in here, and I always have the ability to mod a chat myself if need be, so it's not the end of the world. But people like Jen, people like Kim C. Kim C's still in a world of grief with the death of her mom, and I like to think this is a nice diversion for her to kind of keep her mind occupied. So we'll just have to. I'm not avoiding the subject. People were telling me, "Oh, you're avoiding." I'm not avoiding the subject. Big hugs to you, Cheryl. How are you doing, honey? Faces look great, by the way. Really, Fort Knockers, and where are they? You kind of lost me there, Shannon. Yeah, I'd listen to the Phoenix. A lot of information crosses the FBI's desk, and they have to triage that information. Hey, Monkey Boy. And it's hard to know sometimes what to, make you laugh just tuning in. Hey, Dina, it's hard to know what is real and what's not. After 9/11, everyone was so... I remember that, Keith Gregory. Flag sales soared. Everybody was flying a flag. I've always flown a flag here on the Rancho since forever. Of course, I got here in 2011, but I was definitely always flying a flag. Hello to you, Leslie. Good morning to you. Just keeping an eye out for Georgie. Georgie's up there. Here he comes. comes Georgie. Georgie, where's that cat? Huh? Where's that cat? Huh? Where's Domino? Where's Millie? Over there. It's sunny every single day in summer. It does not, Shannon says sunny day there. It literally does not rain here from mid-April till usually December. We don't get one day of rain, so it's always clear. Yeah, you have people dying of cancers from the day. You have a lot of core of people that started immediately scamming and claiming they were there and putting in fake claims, and had to go through all that bullshit till they appointed some overall administrator of claims, and this guy was really a tough nut, and he straightened that crap up really, really fast. Yeah, you get all the rain over there. That's why I love the weather here, because you never have to worry about planning an event, a wedding, anything. You never have to worry about. This is a half acre, Larry. It doesn't seem like a lot when you can say it, but if you can see, it's very deep back there. There's Georgie. George is goofing around over there. It's a considerable piece of property here. And there's the Rancho house, the Shine Shack on the right, and the workshop on the left there. So it's a big property here. It's a lot to take care of here, especially as we get older. Yeah, he's marking his territory. Yeah, the Rancho is right up there, achieved legendary status. Georgie's a cross between a pug and some type of boxer mix or something, a miniature boxer. I can't remember. Missy Jenn knows what it is. Yeah, the dog is loyal. Not even though dogs are better than humans. Well, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's very tough. I mean, the word pugnacious, it really describes, yeah, Boston Terrier and a pug. Yeah, that's it. A Boston Terrier and a pug. That's what he's kind of the mix of. George, what you doing, huh? Did you see that? Come on. Huh? Come here. Get over here. Get over here. Oh. There he is. Oh. George, are you saying hi to everybody this morning, huh? Are you being a bad boy, huh? Are you an old boy now? You're older than I am now, huh? That's saying something, isn't it? Huh? Where's the cat? Did you get the cat? Go get that cat. Where's that cat? Where's that cat? I want you to vote for me for president. Yay. All right, he's on his way. Hey, Diane, have an amazing day. Yeah, you too. Diane, are you doing chats now? There's a rumor that you're doing chats now, so I definitely want to check that out. Are you doing him in a bikini? Was he in Ben in Black? Was he in Ben in Black? Okay, Tasha, how long have you been awake? Hey, HX. Oh yeah, he was in Men in Black. Okay. Oh shit, that's funny as hell. So there's my thought for 9/11, and I'm so sorry about the okay, right now 10 p.m. next, hopefully around 8:30. Okay, I might be down in probably be down in at the border down there. The van update, I talked to the receptionist in the service department. She kind of shuffled some paper around and said that it appears that the van is being worked on. She would have a service advisor call me back with the update. They never call me back. They never call me back. I always end up having to go down there or call them on the phone and chase them down all the time. And I told the receptionist, you know, this thing should really be a priority item. I'm delaying all my travels, and you know, if it gets bad enough, I'll just X off Yuma and Algodondes and just go down and enjoy myself in San Diego. I mean, I just don't know. You know, I'm only gonna have so much time allocated to this nonsense. Oh, you were in 10th grade drafting when 9/11 happened. I thought I was the only person left on planet Earth that took mechanical drawing and drafting. Man, I had 2 years of that stuff. Yeah, always laugh. That's it. Tell them to rush the job now. Just do it right. Yeah, I'm afraid I'm going to get down. I'm afraid I'm going to get down the road, and something that the Ace didn't put together well is going to go kaplooey. You should X off and bother to fix those teeth. Well, I think from what I understand, and I encouraged him to just go get the damn, at least get the root canals done, because you're going to need to wait a week before you can get those caps put on there. So, oh, you were stationed in Fort Knox. Oh, okay. I won a tri-state championship architectural drafting. Only female that entered. That's cool. I'd like to show you, if I could ever find a picture of the globe valve. The cross section of the globe valve was our junior project. I mean, we did a lot of engineering laboratory, wood shop, sheet metal shop, hot metal shop, including forging, welding, casting, and then we did the machine shop. I can still run an engine lathe today, no problem. Chalk up, mark the work, chalk it up, put threads on it, turn it down. I know exactly how to still run an engine lathe today, no problem at all. I mean, that was really hardcore. You couldn't even put kids through that stuff today. I mean, we didn't have we had slide rules and all that. It should be now, Survivor. You're exactly right. That was Baltimore Polytechnic Institute. Let's see, HX said we had to take apart, and that was a renowned engine. It was an all-boys high school, which was unusual for a public school, and it was right next door to Western High School, which was all girls. And we shared a pool, and you know, you couldn't even do this stuff today. Imagine this, at that time, we would have swimming in wintertime, and you took off your clothes, and the boys were all just naked. You know, can you imagine that today? Everybody went swimming naked, and once in a while the girls would come piling in while the guys are still using the pool, and vice versa. It was funny. Yeah, the boys swam nude. That's exactly. Nobody thought anything about it. You know, nowadays, could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? Yeah, that's a real throwback. That's the way it was. And we used to sit on the tile floor, and we used to laugh that each of us had waffle butt. You could see the imprints of the tiles on our butts and stuff. So, let's see. I hated having my period during. Oh yeah, that could be a problem. You know, didn't you usually get an excuse note or something like that? I told people that, and they thought I was lying. It's the truth. It's the truth. And that's when high schools had driver's ed. I remember my driver's ed teacher was the swim coach. Ken Cross was his name. So it's true. How you doing, Dawn? Nice to see you, honey. Those were the days. You couldn't do that today. You had smoking. They had a place called the Quadrangle, which was between the two high schools. Western was all girls and Poly was all boys, and they had the Quadrangle. You could smoke out there. Nobody gave a hoot. Could you imagine that today? Oh, you didn't have swimming? We had swimming. We used to do the rope climb up to the ceiling of the gym, and the gym teacher would yell at us and scream, and you got guys falling off the ropes and stuff, and wow, I mean, you couldn't even have that shit today, the liability. Let's see. Drinking, yeah, the drinking age was 18. It absolutely was. It was a different time. And then when a year before I turned 18, they stopped the mandatory registration for the draft. Oh, it's okay, Shay Shay. The Orioles, somebody's got to be at the bottom. Somebody's got to be the feaster, and somebody's got to be the food. Hey, Remy, how are you? General Nunes owns this stream. Yeah, okay, King Vals. Yeah. All right, I'm going to make a note of that. It appears that I'm having a little bit of a raid here. Yeah, you had to pass the presidential physical test. So anyway, on to Arizona. Every day that goes by that I'm waiting for the van. How you doing, Harvey? Yeah, after you spent all night on panels. I'm only kidding. Every day that goes by lessens my appetite to go down there. Let's just put it that way. Because it limits my time in San Diego. What side of Baltimore did you live on? The downtown area down there. In the ghetto. I think Big Chungus people would have a disagreement if you're a man. You sound like a boy. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Did the sun turn up? Too hot in Phoenix. Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably end up going down, but it's going to be a very short adventure. It was probably going to be longer. I wanted to get some time in Los Algodones. I still might do a motel over there, depending what the price of that is. Yeah, I have power of attorney over the tea. Thank you, Bev. I have power of attorney over the over that. As far as the van build realities are concerned, everything depends on budget and planning. How you doing, Sister Earth? Nice to see you. Everything depends on how much money is available. You can't have champagne wishes on a steel reserve budget, okay? And that's my real problem with this situation. I don't want things to get out of hand. You can get a fancy hat from Mexico. Yeah, that's made in China, isn't? Yeah, they all are, Joseph Camus. I want to definitely get a hat. I want to see if I can get ensembled in a Mexican wedding dress too. I think that would be really cool to do that. Let's see. So if I go down there, like I said, the time is going to be limited. I really feel it's imperative to get that tooth stuff taken care of once and for all, especially for health purposes. That's critical. And I don't mind spending some time down in Yuma and spending some time in Los Algodones. Yeah, a quinceañera dress. Yep. I don't mind spending the time down there. I'm very fearful about the heat. That's my biggest concern. The heat that I'm going to be running into down there and the high temperatures. My granddad looked at art school in Baltimore, a block away. I think that's the Maryland Institute of Art. Yeah, that's over in the Druid Park area down there, Bolton Hill area. It's a lot better than it used to be over there. Let's see. Sophie is going through the change by Abby, but I'm not sure, man. You got to make sense. Sober up and hit that keyboard the right way. You look nice and red with a black lace. There we go. I hope to pick up some of those things. Post-industrial cities. Okay, Marshall. I'm hoping today you're going to get your root canals done. That'd be cool. I'm hoping to have my van back today, in which case I'll be taking off tomorrow. If not today, I'll be taking off on Friday. So time is ticking down. I'm looking forward to. I've got a good lead on a place in um, looking for a place in San Diego, and that very well come true. Yeah, the king is gonna have fun in the border today. Okay, well, anyway, good luck to you, Elvis. I hope you get your teeth done. You're gonna need a week, because I'm only dedicating a week to Los Algodondes, El Centro, and the other places down there. I don't want to overstay my welcome and get nailed by cops. Let's see. Going to become emperor. I don't think they'll really care down there, Shay, on that. No teeth fixed until no. It's gotta be done, because I'm not hanging around. I'm not going to be hanging around that long. I'm getting the hell out of Dodge. I can only tolerate 1 week of that ferocious heat down there. And probably, you know, I don't mind Mexico, but let's see, get those chompers down, bite me. Yeah, the dealer has the part, as I heard this morning from the receptionist, they're working on it, but she's shuffling papers around and all that. The service advisor is supposed to call me back. Hey, Carl, how you doing? Yeah, friendships have upper temperature limits for sure. Yeah. Waiting on. Yeah, you got to get. I talked to him on the phone. Yeah, free Arkansas dental. I talked to him on the phone, and I encouraged him get those root canals done. That way, it won't be another week waiting around, because I feel like it was for some fan problem, and you had to remove the exhaust manifold to get the fan out. No problem, Nicole. Lost in Space, how are you? We'll have to call for a follow-up. It's already guaranteed bid. Rosie is on the back burner. Yeah, so it has been a nightmare. It put a clink in my pants, but it's not going to compress my San Diego time. I can guarantee you that. I was talking to D. He's coming to San Diego. He's going to be there on the 21st. So, you know, I'm going to try to be in there a little bit earlier, and then have hopefully 2 weeks down there. Hey, Bully, what's up? How you doing? Let's see. Well, I mean, D's ready to go with his van. It'll be a good shakedown run from Las Vegas to San Diego. I don't think he'll have a problem parking it. If a place I get, if this place comes through, it has one parking spot, and I'm taking the parking spot. And anybody else, Katie, anybody else that comes down, I don't care whether it's Elvis, I don't care whether it's D, they're going to have to figure out their parking down there, okay? Maybe that means that they have to put it on a lot for a while. Is he going to get Reflectix for I have no idea, Larry. I'm not sure. I already did talk about 9/11 for about 20 minutes today. September 30th. I don't know what's going to happen on September 30th. Green Bay Wacky, how are you, my friend? Always an honor to see you in here, the great Green Bay Wacky. What a raconteur and an entertainer he is. I hate when General comes in and has a hard on. Doubted Masters, I think you probably like that very much. We need to make the 21st a holiday. So I'm looking forward to seeing D. D likes to spend time on the beach. D, we do want to go to Mexico as a group down there. Go across the border. We can hop on the red train, and that takes us right down to the Mexican border. I'm not sure what the 30th is. Yeah, it's warm. The water's warm, HX. The water's warm. Water is warm. I guess that's the new AdSense payday or something like that. I guess that's the new deal. I think I went up to Kenosha just, Darren. I went up to the, did I go through Kenosha? Yeah, I went on through Kenosha. That's near where the Great Lakes Naval, or I don't know where in the hell that is. We passed by all that, waiting for the cable guy, getting some internet drops lately. Uh-oh. Yeah, I think we passed Kenosha. We went up to Petite RV, which had all Class Bs. Yeah, that's right, the Brat stop is there. That's where we stopped, Kenosha. That's where Beta Boy Elvis lives around there. Great Lakes is in northern Chicago. Yeah, we drove past that on the way up. 18 Master, nobody knows who you're talking to. It's an undisclosed location at some lake. All right. Yeah, the Brat stop was not that great to me. I didn't enjoy it as much as the Brat House in Milwaukee was great in there. They brought out a platter of 4 different sausages. Tiger brat, original brat, Italian, and the other one was a beer brat. They were delicious. Yeah, that's all you needed to order in there, like $11. And that was fantastic. I'm waiting on the van, Green Bay. It's now been day 15. My van's been at the shop. Supposedly they're putting it together today, and then hopefully I'll be taking off tomorrow. If not tomorrow, I'll be taking off on Friday, very early in the morning. Yeah, the Tiger one was hot, man. That was a little hot. That was a little hot. Yeah, 15 days in the shop. 15 days. Yeah, it's still not fixed, so I'll be heading out. Nate, how you doing? Camping and fishing at an unknown Northern California location. Beautiful weather is perfect. Do you think the guy... No, I think it's for real. It looked like his desk had been totally cleaned off. I sure hope so too, Eclectic. Oh, you were stationed at the Great Lakes Naval Hospital then. Okay. Yeah, what a huge place. You ride by that and it's just gate after gate, and mile after mile after mile of facilities up there. I did do electronics work last Sunday in the shop. Larry, they sent me the wrong schematic for my HH Scott 232B tube stereo amplifier, so I haven't heard back from them. I'm not sure if he was fired. I think they probably quit because of the pressure of just a million things on their desk. And let's face it, nobody likes the service department, okay? Nobody likes dealing with that crap. Nobody likes that at all. Just growing up, and when I was little, I used to hang around TV and radio repair shops and stuff. Jordan, what kind of hillbilly car dealership? I know I need to get a new vehicle out. I know. In miserable work. They are in a miserable work environment. They had to wait for the part to ship from Warren, Michigan to Santa Barbara, where it was last Thursday, and then from Santa Barbara to Santa Rosa. So, sucks. So, and I'm tired of always chasing these people down. Everyone yells, yeah, shit runs downhill, and the downhill department is the service department, and they never give you good news. It's always a nightmare. You got to fight for every little thing in there. Broken manifold, the exhaust manifold, Butterfingers. Drive the new cars, all of them, and then they call them demos. Yeah, I hear you. It's one of the little perks of being a dealer or whatever. So that's the deal on Mexico. Man, you think about that heat down there. Woo! Like I said, when I came into over the hill from the California Central Valley, 580 over the top, man, and I hit 69 degrees in Oakland, I was like, woo! I will never be in the heat again this summer. Little did I know. They didn't care. Green Bay Wacky. Everything had to go by their own corporate transportation. Modesto, Toyota. I think we all. Oh, it's cooled off a ton. If you leave Friday, you get here Sunday. I guess we can stay in Yuma. We get pay on the 21st. Allow me to get some dental work done on the meet and D after the 21st. Yeah, I'm hoping that you'll at least do the. You got the money to get the root canals done, Marshall. At least get that done so things are well staged. Then we can take some time. We can enjoy. The pressure's kind of off. You know, the you're showing that you're getting the dental work done. That would be a great thing. And then, you know, take a place over in Los Algodondes, a hotel there, you know, have a little bit of fun, check out the food scene. I want to do some videos around Yuma, some very high quality streams and other things. So, okay, thank you, Marshall. That would be the best darn thing that you could do. I know you're going to be in somewhat of some pain and stuff today, but at least you will have had the hard part behind you. And yeah, good luck. God bless. You know, get that done. Why can't your fans and support go down with you to service center? We should all rush the service center down there. Yeah, can you imagine the whole crew going into the service center? Mexicali, yeah, that's fine. San Luis, Mexicali, it's all fine by me. El Centro, all of those places. Hey, Matronista. I'm sure you can call all, yeah, if you want. You need to drive by the new border wall so I can see it. The border down there is pretty well established around California and into that part of Arizona. Everywhere you go, you see a lot of border patrol cars down there. Henry's Vintage Audio. Martin, please unblock my. Oh, it's Harvey there. I'm sure it would be sooner. Yeah, I think that they did. So I'm glad to hear that the teeth will be done today. Yeah, we're gonna go into Tijuana when we get to San Diego. Like I said, I'm going to have a place that somebody's letting me have maybe, but it's only going to have one parking spot, okay? So what the other boys do is going to be on them, okay? Going to be on them. I just put it out there right now. I'm not going to, hey, Yasmin, how you doing, sweetheart? I'm not going to worry about others. What happens is going to be a scramble. If you got to put it on a lot, if you got to move, not my problem, okay? I'm going to be the priority on that. I do have the video. I got to find it, Larry. Every time I'm going to look for it, something comes through. I have 16 terabytes of videos that I've uploaded to YouTube. 16 terabytes, okay? And I don't have any indexing, anything like that. So it's somewhere out there. I'll find that. Yeah, it's a lot. I've uploaded 12,000 videos on YouTube. I've done a morning chooch without fail, without missing a day for 6.5 years. Let's see. Yeah, he's leaving Las Vegas. He'll get down there on the 24th. So hopefully 21st. So hopefully things will mesh up. We might end up boondocking. Yeah, I wouldn't mind stepping up and doing a just a guest chooch on the pole down there in Tijuana. That could be fun. 12,000 videos. Yeah, in Green Bay, I've been doing a morning chooch every morning since without missing. Well, I only missed one day since April of 2013. Only one day. Didn't matter whether I was in Baltimore, New York, Michigan, Wisconsin, Reno, Vegas. I've hit one every single morning. Hello, Jasmine. It's a hell of a streak. What's the temperature, Rosie? It is about it's probably 78 degrees under this tree here. Probably 78 here. Yeah, that's dedication, Green Bay. That's why I say. But I've enjoyed it. I've never worked a day on YouTube. I love it. First 2 years I was on YouTube, I didn't want to make a dime. I want to see you get a lap dance on the border. Oh my God. Imagine that. It's like we don't have enough problems in life. Is Vegas my favorite place? I like beach towns, but I do enjoy the vibe in Vegas. There's only so much that you can do. Yeah, really, a lap dance. I'm done. That's it. There's only so much you can do in Vegas. Be careful of sex traffickers. Exactly. I got to be careful of sex traffickers. So we'll see how it goes. You know, I don't care, Marshall. You know, whatever we want to do, that's fine. As long as you show some progress on the teeth and getting something done, then it's all a good thing. It's all a good thing. Here's some of those nice. I'm not sure. I've never went into the I had Missy Jenn with me. I never went into the bars in Los Algodones. Yeah, man. How you doing? Yeah, man. Nice to see you. It's Missy Jenn. I wonder what she's on the horn. Hello, Anna. Hello. Yeah, man. Might sex traffic himself. Yeah, we have to. There's certain things that'll get you a strike on your channel. You got to be very careful. So, like I say, everybody wanted me to go into the strip club in the Orchid Strip Club in Reno. You know, and I wasn't going to pay $20 for a cover and then take videos that you couldn't even use on YouTube. So I just forget that. Forget that. Packing my house to sell is freaking nuts. Oh boy. Yeah, strip clubs are automatic ban. You wouldn't be banned, but you would definitely get a strike. You gotta have some pretty horrific stuff on your video to be just outright banned your channel. I mean, usually nudity's not going to do it alone. So yeah, and more new rules for all sorts of always changing, not transparent. Yeah, I remember no Jim Beam in Reno. Do you remember that? I couldn't even get Jim Beam. I went into some bar and it's hoity-toity crap. Oh, you got a community strike last year for calling someone's super chat boring? I don't get that. Why would they give you a strike on that? Why would they give you a strike on that? Interesting that you would get a strike on that. Be careful not to get some nasty STDs on your clothing. I work on this theory. Everybody that works on the trade, in the trade down there, probably has some sort of sexually communicable disease. Okay. Now, knowing that, what would you say to us during IRL? Okay. Yeah, I'm just saying. I don't want to be a part of that. I get plenty of sex on this side of the border without having to worry about that. Oh, you lost 30 more pounds. I hope it's because you want to, Beb. That's great. I've changed since then. Now it's a week or 10 days. So and so is boring super chat. That's amazing that they. Yeah, the first strike is the warning strike, the second one is a week, the second one's 2 weeks, and the third one, you're out of here. Third strike. So I don't have any strikes on the channels at all. So I contest, and they said no bullying. Wow, wow. I'm not, you know, Yasmin, I think I'm gonna end up going over the border. I know I'm gonna go in on a day visit. I want to get a nice hat down there. I want to get some maybe a few articles of Mexican clothing. I'd like to explore the food scene down there, and I would like to see what the cosmetic industry is like there, the cosmetic industry. Can you get me one of those bling marijuana leaf belt buckles? Get a piñata. I can go right up the street here and get a piñata. I can go right up the street here and get a piñata. Yeah, I got pretty fat lips as it is. I don't want to get my lips blown up anymore. No, there'd be no reason to be on TMZ. How do you find it under my community? Where you should have a little thing on your community, your channel page that has an appeal next to it button. You could have had a lap dance in Chicago. Mexican scene equals diarrhea. I don't know. I've had some pretty good food in Mexico before, in Tijuana. The strike section, and the same way you can cast the copyright strike. Oh, thank you, Bev. I'm pretty happy. But just to do an explorer of that, to see what that's like, to see what's offered, just for the heck of it, to go in and see about getting upsized to saline, overinflated saline. Yeah. One time I streamed cops and YouTube blacked my stream. Yeah, you can't do that unless you made the show. You can't do it. Slip the churros out of the. Doesn't need to eat those with Darren. My Elvis Travels Mexico Adventures. I don't. I will. I don't. If I don't, Marshall, I'll just purchase some data there. It's no big deal. I never use StreamYards. I've always used Streamlabs, and I pretty much have it mastered now, Streamlabs. So I've gotten pretty good. All the functionality is excellent. So let's see. Well, I ran into the trouble. Yeah, I don't know where to get it. I have to get a foreign SIM card down there. Tom Finland, how you doing there? StreamYards is easy. Streamlabs is there's a lot of bells and whistles. DLive for now. Okay. Zoom. Yeah, I've seen you, Green Bay Wacky. I think the Zoom looks really good, to tell you the truth. I like the way that the boxes will highlight as people talk down there. Did you like? Yeah, I liked it a lot. I worried about mechanical failure. That's the reason I sold it, and I got a good price on it. So. Yeah, Zoom is a huge RAM sucker. So is honest to goodness. So is I don't even see my. You can't even see my about half battery. So is Streamlabs is a real hog for. That's why I have to. Yeah, they're front wheel drive. They have the Tornado front wheel drive, Larry. I just spent a wow, Yasmin, $1,000 on a new gaming PC. Wow, girl, Christmas is coming. I need a new mouse. Make sure Santa Claus puts one in my stocking. Congratulations to you, Yasmin. That's wonderful. That's awful good. And I would like to, I was watching your chat. I enjoy your chats. And Penny had made a suggestion to come on. And I'm going to go about another 10, 15 minutes, Jack A, to have us come up on panel. Because I think it might be interesting, Yasmin, because I'm a non-op TS, really consider myself third gender. So it might be interesting panel to get all types of diversity up on there. Could be pretty cool. Wow, 1,000 on a big, yeah, Kool-Aid Jimmy. Come on over and mow the grass, Jimmy. Actually, it doesn't grow in summertime. It's too damn dry. Yeah, I enjoyed listening to Penny. I like the way that she conducted herself. She and I are both kind of old school on that, so it's interesting. Yeah, Jimmy's like, no way, cut your own fucking grass. I love Kool-Aid Jimmy. He makes the chats for me. Oh, you met Penny in a different community. She looked like she was in electronics or something like that. She is lovely. She really is. She's a very lovely gal. She's very well spoken to, as most people are in the UK. They tend to be very well spoken, and I like that. I mean, you listen to Yasmin speak, and she's I'm rough trade city ghetto, but she's very elegant the way she speaks and talks. She's a lovely person. Yes, she's quite proper. Yes, she is. He's proper. Use Lou. Let's see. 148 over. Yeah, that's systolic pressure. You might want to get yourself on some atenolol or something. It's never the first digits never bother me. It's always the second digit that's the concern. So, is Green Bay leaving? Did Green Bay wacky leave? All right, take care. Take care, Green Bay. Take care. Thanks for coming by. Ideal's 120 over 80. I run about 120. I run about 110 over 60, something in that range. Once you start pushing 100 on the second figure, then you really have to watch that. I'm not a doctor though, and I don't play one on the play one on TV, or as Yasmin would say, the telly. I don't play one on the telly. All right, you take care, Green Bay. I'm always honored to see you in my chat. One of the great premier entertainers on YouTube. Do you ever mess with Zena's Shutter doll? I never have. I've never messed with that Shutter doll. It looks incredibly complicated to me. Incredibly complicated to work on. Oh, Paint with Pennies live. I didn't know that she was painting. Okay. I don't know a lot. What's up, Jen? You need me? Missy Jenn's hitting the store. She just wanted to go over the grocery list. I'm going to Los Algodones. Are you? I think a few people are gone down there. Only in the Boyd people will. Well, they knew I was only going to be away for a minute. Gina Smith, how are you, sweetie? That's piss jogs in. Got a nice, you know, in the Shine Shack here. There is a nice bathroom in there. I don't know if you guys have seen it. You know, we're hospitable people. You got the orchard here. Fruit season's over. You got citrus coming up. You got plenty of room to park vans and RVs in the back here. Might open up a little RV park, you never know, if I don't end up selling the place. But there's work that's got to be done. Trees got to be cut. Right now, that camper van's going to have a difficult time getting in here. You can see the bushes out there. They've got to be cut back severely here to be able to get through. The big double gate here. See, all these bottle brush have to be cut back. Aren't they beautiful? Yeah, it's a black and mild. So this double gate, but this all has to be cut back. You can see how much it's grown. This is the big double gate entrance to the Rancho. It's the workshop. Thank you, Fortunate. I appreciate it. Went a lot of work in here. That's one reason I'm not inclined to sell. I don't know if I could replace this lifestyle with this beautiful back deck for hanging out. Many good parties there. Yeah, we get lots of flutter bees. How you doing, Susie? Hi, Vicky. Let's go inside here. I don't want Marshall touching my still. That's for darn sure. That's my Zenith 1972 Zenith console. So it's equipped with TV. That's my pride and joy. Yeah, don't touch the still. Don't mess with the still. Okay, it's got plenty of linens. It's got a nice. Yeah, I'm opting for staying too, Susie. That's my inclination. Some of our mash buckets here. So it's nice. You got a sink here. You got all the cabinets. All kinds of linens. Got its own water heater here. Hey, Original Al. Now the thing I'm worried about is Narce complained that the shower was too small. Hell, it's a 36-inch shower here. He said he couldn't wash his balls. Yeah, it's a proper granny flat. It's got a nice in here. Yeah, too small. I mean, hell, look at the size of it. I mean, tell me you can't wash your balls in here? Really? There's a lot of work to do this job. Well, I don't know what to do, hipster. You know, I'd set up an outdoor shower, I guess. I don't know. And don't pull the grab bar off the wall either, all right? That was made for Missy Jenn. Everything I designed here was geared towards Missy Jenn. So we call this the garden room now, the garden suite. Got a nice view outside. Yeah, I mean, just wash your balls outside. I mean, I can't help it. Hipster, why don't you come over? We'll drink some of this champagne down here, huh? Grab an orange drink. All right. Yeah, I love HX is really a sweetie. All right, let me make sure this. While I'm out here, I like to check the pump pressure, the irrigation system on the Rancho. Check this. Their oranges are coming along good. Lemons. Lots of nice Meyer lemons. Peach tree, Valencia orange. This is a juice orange tree. Good, that's our peach tree. Travita orange, Washington navel, 2 plum trees, cherry. Well, it's a nice shower, you know. I made it big size, so I don't know. I really don't know what to say in that regard. You know, a lot of work went in. I just paid half of this fencing to be done last year. Oh, you're watching Rosie and Penny. There you go. Well, it's just, I didn't know Narce's not that big. You know, Marshall's bigger than Narce is. So it's like, holy hell. It's like, really? Yeah, I'm gonna get one on a wand. I guess I'll do that. I don't mind food and all that. I mean, that's not when you're feeding, and that's not a big deal here. But there isn't a lot of Middle Eastern food here. There's only two Middle Eastern places, and they both suck ass. So what will Marshall tear up? Narce is his nephew. A black hose out on the sun works. Yeah, it does. I've done a lot of my famous holding the hose for the teeny weeny bikini videos out in the sun. Oh, well, let me tell you, hipster, there'll be a lot of complaining here. There'll be a lot of complaining. It just goes with the territory. Crystal Jones. Yeah, Narce is smaller than Elvis, yeah. It is a nice property. Thank you, hipster. Anytime you want to come by, I'll wear a straitjacket. Yeah, Narce is a trucker and he was visiting. Yes, he is. I'm used to it. I've been dealing with it for 5 years. So the lack of Middle Eastern food. Give you guys a view that way. It's nice to sit under the shade tree here. Yeah, I gotta dig out that video of what the Rancho looked like when I first got here. Yeah, Narce was a pleasure to have on the Rancho. I think In-N-Out Burger is better than Denny's. Yeah, I would love to see a cooking show. Well, you're going to see me cooking on the road this trip down in, I have to wait till the sun goes down. Gonna see me cooking in Yuma and Algodondes down there. Probably not Algodondes, but Yuma. Yes, I'm suspected they were. Yeah, In-N-Out is good. We got Five Guys, we got In-N-Out, we got Phyllis's Giant Burgers, we got Super Burger here. We do have Indian food, Crystal Jones. We do have several Indian, Nepalese, and can't remember what the other one is. Burmese food restaurants here. I've reviewed them. A Taste of Burma, which was good. Yeah, so many immigrants come here. Good for you if you have high PB. Did you ever buy your own hookah? I never did, Buddy Holly. I just, you know, it's just a lot of work. Make some homemade PR, Burma shave. I never had Burmese food before. It was pretty good. You want to get like a chicken tikka masala, something like that is a good gateway food. You want to get the bread. It comes with rice. It's okay. In-N-Out Burger is much better. Todd and I love it. Yeah. Make some homemade pierogies. No problem, Shannon. You're allowed to be silly, honey. I'm glad your story's getting out there too, Shannon. Got any other names here? There are pictures of Rancho on Google in the 2000. It was being rebuilt. Yeah. I got to see it, you know. I got to check it out. I've got to find that one video. It has all the pictures of what the Rancho looked like when I first got here. So, yeah, I'm not much on curry. That's my big thing. How you doing, Nathan? Nice to see you, sweetie. Nothing will be like Chicago. Nothing will be like that for Crystal. Nothing can come close to, especially Sterling Heights around that area. What Burmese food was good? You know, it's been a couple years. You got to go back and look at it's called A Taste of Burma. And you can look up, just put Burma in my video search box. It's one of the 160 reviews we've done, food reviews. On break. Nice to see you, Nathan. Thank you for popping by. Yeah, check it out. I've got that on there. I'm going to do some fishing soon. A few degrees cooler. Yeah. You ever gone deep sea fishing, Elvis Travels? That's a lot of fun. We got our salmon and rock cod. That was good. I don't know how long I've been on. I'll go with about another 10 minutes or so. Yeah, the fishing is good. The next foodie review, if I'm here, I hope I'm not here on Friday. My food reviews will be down in Yuma and down in Los Algodones. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to sell or not. My inclination is not to sell Yasmin. Reason being is I don't think I can have an equivalent lifestyle anywhere else. Oh yeah, you got to go deep sea fishing. You got to go out on the okay, take care, Celeste. Bye, sweetie. You got to go out on the New Sea Angler out of Bodega Bay. That's really cool. Yeah, Jen was here a little earlier, Susie. She went out to the store. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna close down the chat. I need to call the dealer and see what's going on with the status of the van. So I want to thank you. Yeah, I could buy a mansion in Mexico. I could. I could shoot it. Yeah, Susie, I've got to continue packing. I got to be able to roll out of here. Sister Earth, very happy to see you in here. How much of the wallet to do? It's $130 to go out. You need to have a salmon tag for your fishing license. You need to purchase that. It's like $4 or $5. And you need to have your gear. You can rent a rod for $10 and buy what gear you need there. So you better figure like 100. You're supposed to take 2 packages of squid. So you better figure about $200. Keeping your wits about you. Yeah, that's it. Love you too, Susie. All right, guys. You all have a wonderful day, okay? Woo.